guys, Long Haul Larry, and we are up here at the UP in our renovation. It's been a few days. Actually took a little time off. I think I hit the worst of this sickness here, and took a little time off, but then been back at it a little bit. Haven't really done a ton of recording in the last few days or nothing. I've just been laying around trying to recover. But I have been in here and started doing drywall. I have a lot of electrical done. I've had a lot of things done since I think our last video. I think it was putting in flooring in the bathroom and stuff, and I did complete that. Let's see if I can turn the light on here. Got that all done. Got all the new flooring in, and got that wall put up. That's the wall from the bathtub. It's gonna sit right there, and bathtub's gonna be sitting right there, and right there's my hoses for my bathtub, and then that goes into the laundry room in the closet. Got my vent put outside for the dryer vent. That's gonna be right there. It's gonna hook up and just go down through that wall, and then I'll be able to hook the dryer up to it. Right here is my 220 wire run that's gonna go through the wall, so there can be a plug out there. And I got the water hookups and the drain line for the washer machine. Did get the toilet put in. I got the rest of the sewer line all tapped in with the rest of the drain lines and everything. Everything's all plumbed up down there. Underneath there, I had to crawl in our house. It's pitch dark underneath there. Yeah, I'll show you that in the future. I have to go underneath there again and put the shower drain in. Got the water heater all back in. Got all the drywall back up. I think I showed. Yeah, I was showing that in a video, I believe. But all the drywall is in here. It's just got to be all final screwed in, and then start mudding. Electrical is all ran for this room. And then I also threw up the drywall. Spent a couple hours and threw drywall up in the master bedroom. And it's all up. Same thing. It all has to be screwed in. And and put in. I just have to pull this junction box out, and then I'm going to put a patch of drywall in there and mud that over, and then I put a little bit of a little spray on texture over top of it to match it up. I am going to sand this down a little bit, not much. I bought that special sander thing, and I hit it kind of right in here. Just ran it up there for a second to see what it looked like, just to knock off some of the peaks. This is almost like a vinyl or something. It's really weird stuff, but yeah, it would be so much work to sand it all down smooth. I'm not a big fan of the texture stuff. The texture stuff hides mistakes and stuff, and I've used it in the past because I'm not a great drywaller. I can throw drywall up like this, no problem. This is easy as can be. This was nothing to throw this up. You just cut it with a knife, and I could show you guys how to do this in the future, but you just cut it with a knife, you know, measure, cut it with a knife, and break it over, and cut the stuff off, and put it up there, and put some screws in. It's not hard to do. But then the mudding and the sanding to get it to look so you don't see the seams and stuff, it takes technique, and I've never liked doing it. But got this room all drywalled in, and like I said, just screws and sand and the mudding and everything. I got my little puck lights in. These things are just awesome, guys. I love these little things. I have them right in here. I'll show it to you. It's these things here. They're made by Patriot Lighting. It's a kind of a generic brand of lighting stuff. And get these at Menards. I think it was $59 for a pack of 4. But this is the light. This is all it is. And these things are so awesome. You don't need a box or nothing in the ceiling. all you do is you just cut a hole big enough for this to fit in, but the outside, hang on, the outside edge doesn't go up and home. And then you just flip these little spring things up, and you do both sides, and you pop it up in the hole, and then those clamp down and go behind the drywall and hold them up in there. And then that wire just plugs into a little box. It just plugs into that box, and you just put this on a rafter up in the ceiling, and you just run a wire into it and just hook it, and you can go on down the line and hook them continuous. And I've actually turned these on, and these work so great. I just actually just plugged these two wires right into a extension cord right there. I just pushed them in there, and boy, it's perfect, because the bed will be going right here, and I'll probably put some dresser and stuff like that over in there. And so I kind of put the lights kind of at the end of the bed, so when you walk in, you know, you kind of go in to do laundry or to the closet or whatever, it's lit there for around the bed. But you don't really want lights shining right down on the bed, you know. Oh, if you get up in the morning or something and somebody else is sleeping or whatever, you got, you know, somebody still sleeping, and you turn the lights on, you're not blinding them. But, you know, you have some nightstands and just put a lamp next to the bed if you want to read or something like that. So I have two of them in here, and it lights this room up just awesome. That way, if you go into the dresser, you got lights over there. The closet, I have this all done. This room here basically used just all patches, just whatever pieces of drywall I could do to patch this together. It's gonna take a lot of mud to, you know, fix this all up, make it look good, but it's fine. We figured, because this was the outside of the house, so this was all solid wood, so there was no framing, there was no 2x4s. It had to be certain gaps and stuff. So we just used all the patches and stuff and just stuck it in there and framed it all up so we could use up this stuff, get rid of a lot of smaller chunks of drywall and save a little money, because drywall is super expensive up here. It's over $13 a sheet for a 1/2 inch lightweight drywall. I mean, you can look at a Home Depot or whatever near you and check the price. That's expensive. I still have to put the subfloor down on top of this. I'm just going to actually put it right over the top of this. I just have some OSB that I'm just going to put a sheet right over top of this. You can see we got the laundry hookups done. That one's a drain, that one's your water hookups, and then an electrical line for the washer machine. And then there's going to be a light switch here. We got another one of these puck lights put right in here. Lights this room up great, just one of these lights. I was going to put one over the washer and put one over here. I was like, you know, it's not that big of a room. And I plugged one in and I was like, that's tons of light. And so I just put one in here and it works great. So this room is just drywalled in, just roughed in there. And today my main goal is I'm learning not to make my expectations right now too high, because I'm not getting a ton done. I'm trying to do what I can. But today I'm going to try to get the water hooked up. I'm try to get all the water lines hooked up, and try to get it hooked to the water heater. I'm gonna try to get the sink, the cabinet in here today, and get those hooked up. Even if I just get the valves on that I can shut it off, and get the toilet hooked up, get the shower deal hooked up. I'll probably place the tub in here so I know exactly how high and everything I want it. Get the water all so I can turn the water on, and that way I can plug in my heaters underneath there, my heat tape, because it is temperatures are dropping up here pretty good. So, and there is water in the main lines up to the pressure tank. There's water in some of the lines down below, so I don't want anything to freeze. So I want to get the water, because you can't plug it in, because the heat tape is on those lines underneath there, but there's no water in them. And if you turn it on, then you'll actually melt it, because without water inside, you have to have water in the lines before you turn them on. So that's my main goal, is to get the water turned on today, keeping expectations a little low. And then also I think I'm going to build my cabinet around my furnace here. This is just sitting here right now. I do have it plumbed in. I did fire it up, and I got this off a marketplace for 125 bucks. It's out of a mobile home, and I think it's going to work great for this place. We got the one heater up there to wall. I was going to sneeze there. Got the wall mount one in there. That one's working. That one's heating this place. And then I use that little turbo heater once in a while just to heat it up a little more, because there's still a lot of walls that don't have insulation. So it's you know, it doesn't hold great in here yet. It's a lot better because I got the flooring in and those walls over there are all done. So it's a lot better than what it used to be, but it's still not holding temperature great. Need insulation, seal those walls up. But I do have the hole cut for the exhaust, and I got a drill up in the attic. I got to drill a hole like what was there. I put that cap over it, and I have to mortar this in. It's just sitting in there right now to seal that, make sure no exhaust gases come back in. But I got to drill my hole up in there and put the pipe up in there and stuff, and exhaust it, and screw this furnace down into place and get it level. It's just sitting here, so I gotta put it, you know, frame it in where I want and get it to where I want to be. And then I'm gonna build a frame around it and have an access door back here, so if I ever need to shut off the gas to service it or something like that, I can get to it. And then Tyler built me this awesome desk, and that desk is gonna go right here. And we're actually gonna put a desk here for Tracy, because she works from home, and we figure if we come up here or something like that, she doesn't have to take off of work and come up here, and she can still work. And she works till like 2:30 in the afternoon, and she can still complete her job and work and not have to take off. And you know, I can be up here and doing projects or whatever. And as soon as 2:30 comes around, we can go out and play or do whatever, you know. And we did get internet for this place too. Really good internet. We found AT&T. They have like a home base thing that works off a cellular signal, and she's actually been using it to work, and it works really good. And she said it actually works better than the internet she has at her house. So we're good to go there. We got good internet. I don't know about uploading videos because we do have a data cap on it. We'll see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, we're going to be hooking up the water lines, and thought I'd just show you guys how I do this. I'm doing this on this one. This is just hooking up the toilet, just simple cold line to the toilet, just cold water. I was actually talking to my sister, and she's like, don't make the same mistake we did on our first house. What we did, we ended up hooking up hot water. Said your butt would get kind of warm because the toilet was full of hot water. It's like, yeah, I won't make a mistake. But they usually, I don't know really why, I don't know, maybe it moves a little bit or whatever, but they always hook up a flexible line to the toilet for the water. So I picked this one up. I'm replacing all the lines. Just seems like, you know, I've replaced everything brand new up to this point. Why even, you know, I had some of the lines, I took the stuff apart, but it's like, why even mess with it? Okay, so we got that line on there now. Now I have to go kind of through some series of fittings to get to what I need. The main reason why is because I'm running 3/4 inch line. My water heater that I bought, it says to keep your high pressure on those tankless water heaters, it recommends that you use a 3/4 inch water line. And I didn't feel like buying different sizes wires and everything, or hoses, so what I did is I just ran 3/4 everywhere, and it'll just make for good pressure or whatever. So I kind of have to do a lot of reducers and stuff. This is 3/4 inch PEX line right here that goes into the hose, and then this reduces down to a 1/2 inch threaded, and then I found this here valve that just screws up inside there. I got this one because it's a straight valve. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is put some thread tape on here. Go. on there. I'm just gonna thread this on there. Just gonna do it temporary. I'm not gonna crank it. But you need to have a valve on here. The reason why is in case you need to service the toilet or something, then you can just shut the water off here and take your hose off, remove the toilet, whatever. Okay. So now I just gotta mark it. I should go get a pen marker. I'll be right back. This we used a good old pink marker. Marker about there. Work. I need to get a blade for my little cutter. Tighten my blade up in here. Got a tool malfunction going on here. Let's go to the old trusty X-Acto knife. Boogered it up a little bit. You need to have a straight cut. Trying to straighten it out with the utility knife here. There we go. And I kind of crushed it a little bit, so I'm just going to take some pliers, bend this back. Alright, I did not grab a ring. Comes with these little crimp rings. Slide that on, and then it's got like a fitting with little barbs on there. You just push her down on there, and then you want to have this barb about 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch from the top. And you need a PEX crimping tool. Got to put that ring up there. Guys that do this for a living, they have a little better tools than me. There we go. Go. You want to make sure you crimp it straight, that doesn't get just one edge of it, which that's why I did it. Went back again, I had just an edge. And then I gotta get my little tool to check that. I can't find my little go no go little gauge right now. What it basically looks like is a little piece of metal, and it has all the different size PEX lines. the little clamp, and you just fit it over the top, and it's not supposed to slide all the way on, but it has to go on about halfway. It's a go and no go thing, and make sure that you have it clamped right. And basically what that is, there's an adjuster in here that you can tighten this up. I know it's good. I checked a bunch of them just recently and stuff. I don't know where the tool is, but I know this one's good. I'm not worried about it. So now we can tighten our hose back up. I might paint this. Just put some white paint on there to blend it in so you don't see the blue line. This is really the only line that's going to be exposed that you're going to see. You look underneath the toilet, I guess. There we go. There we go. There's our valve attached, and so to turn on the water, you just boom, flip that up. If you need to service the toilet, pull it off, whatever, then you just turn that off, take this line off or pier or whatever, and then you can work on the toilet, and that shuts water off the toilet. There has to be a service line for everything, for the sinks. All the hoses go into the sinks and everything. Just in case you need to work on something, you just turn it off, or if you develop a leak or whatever, you got a quick shut off. That's all it is. These things are really expensive, guys. I really contemplated using all the old ones, but they're probably original to this house, and I just decided to go with new. This one here, this one was the most expensive. It was $17.99. So it was pretty expensive. And when you look at, you know, there's going to be 200 a bathroom sink, 200 a kitchen sink. That adds up. I was able to go a little bit cheaper. I got these to go underneath the bathroom and kitchen sink, but it wouldn't work here because, see, the angle sideways, this nut comes off, and that's what screws on there. But these are a little different. These don't have the crimp one on. That just, it's like a quick connect fitting, and it just goes over the top of it. But this is a 1/2 inch line. They don't make this for 3/4. And I do have some 1/2 inch PEX, because that's usually what you use. So what I'm going to do is I have a reducer that can take this from a 3/4, and then it has a 1/2 inch PEX on the other side. So I'm going to put some, I got to do some 90 stuff and everything through the walls and stuff. And when I do that, these will be coming out the wall. I'm going to put a 90 and then put a little reducer for the PEX, and then bring a 1/2 inch line in here. And this will sit underneath the kitchen sink like this, and then up underneath the bathroom sink also. And I'll just push these in there. These are a little bit cheaper. I think these are $12. So same thing. It's little valves, but these were a little cheaper ones. So putting new valves and everything. So there you saw how we do that. Hook up the PEX line to the valve there, and the toilet is now connected. So now I need to do the other lines. Hook up to the water heater, and then bring the bathtub in and set that into place. Figure out what the shower valve is and get that all rigged up, and then I can turn the water on. So I'm going to get to work. Well, guys, we're doing our final hookup here, and this is the bathtub. And I am running PEX throughout the house, but this here, the fittings that go from PEX to these things are so expensive. It's so bad. Plus, I need a piece of copper line. The reason why is because I plan on tapping off of this copper line with one of those little self-tap deals that I can run the refrigerator line. I'm going to drill a hole in that stud and off and through the kitchen over to the refrigerator. Can't do that. You can't tap into a PEX line. So we're just doing a little bit of soldering. I'm just going to do these in copper. I had to buy a piece of copper. Alright, I have the valve on down in the basement. I have checked for leaks up to here. There is water up to this area here. I do not have the well on. This is just off the pressure tank. I'm not going to turn the well on just in case something happens, something goes flying. But this is the valve. I open this valve, it's going to put water through this filter and put it all through the system. Just going to double check all the valves, make sure they're off. Those are off. Water heater is off. Toilet is off. I have no idea what that is. I just slipped that black part on there, the big handle screw set. I didn't feel like going through it. I should be able to grab that and turn it. So I'm going to slowly just start opening it. And let's see if water comes out. Which way? There we go. Okay, it's filling a filter up. Okay, we got water coming out. Not much, it must be just barely open. Okay, that's with the well off. So now I've lost all my pressure filling everything. We're going to turn it off, I'm going to turn the well on. So what happens when we turn the toilet on? Oop, there goes the water. Filling the toilet. Hoping all the insides are in. I didn't even look. This could be a mess. I didn't even think about it. Okay, it's filling. Okay, we got a flush. In here. Water's getting clearer. It was kind of milky. This is really the first water. I ran about maybe 2 gallons into a bucket and it looked pretty good. I can't figure out why there's not water coming in here though. That I'm having a bit of an issue with. Okay, here's up underneath the house. Everything's nice and dry. Nothing there. Nothing there. Sewer's not leaking. Looking good. You know, I didn't think about checking the laundry room. Valves are closed.